This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Trojans headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barres. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The run inside. It's Williams. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan.
There's some room. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Grabbed behind the line. It's Flanagan. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the 1st down. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame and what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the 2 top teams in the conference. These might be 2 of the better teams in the entire country. These 2 teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead. This is a matchup, regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams, the conference of college football, you've been waiting to see.
And it's so nice that whoever wins this, you talk about putting yourself in a great position, you hand them a loss in the conference, move them down the standings, and you have the tiebreaker. A lot on the line today.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Running inside. It's Williams. At the 20, he's got space. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the move. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Knute Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot, and obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on. And
Turning it on! Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. To the ground. He's got it again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jordan. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And that's back-to-back frustrating runs for this offense, man. They've got to do a better job. The big hog mollies up front. They got to create some lanes, somewhere to go. Now this offense is backed up in a third down and long situation where they know they got to throw the football.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. To the air, it's Mayava. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. They'll go to the counter play. Pick up of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Motion from the wideout. They feed him again. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years. And the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. The run inside. It's Jordan. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these 2 top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
Here's a little room there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Complete on the left to Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the 1st down.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Running inside, it's Jordan. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. To throw, it's Mayava. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Absolutely perfect. Are forced to settle for the field goal.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Pocket breaking down. Got him downfield. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Notre Dame explosive in the passing game. Let's see what they do here. Throwing. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. C.J. Carr firing again. Makes the grab. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense has taken everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw under.
Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. Here's Carr to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play.
And he just does enough to get that first down. It wasn't pretty. It's not going to look great on the stat sheet. I know he ran a very long way to go get that 1 or 2 yards to move the sticks, but at the end of the day, awesome individual effort to keep this drive going.
To the air, it's Carr. Looking deep. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Second down, they'll go to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin with the Delaware Blue Hens taking on the number 14 team, the Cincinnati Bearcats. And it's the Blue Hens able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And it's 3 straight victories for this team as they start to get hot. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Yeah, and the QB never wants to miss inside on an out route, right? You got to throw it to the sidelines. Don't let anybody undercut that, go make a big play. And he did. He put it outside, put it on the money. I think the receiver needs to do a little better job. They got to secure that catch. He was open enough to make that play.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Looking to the big tight end. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. How about this defense taking one back to the house? These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And what a great job by the linebacker that time. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, sitting in zone coverage. QB stared his target down. Not only does he pick it off, but he shows you the athleticism, taking it back all the way for a touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making checks. Trying to get the edge. It's Jordan. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Quickly complete. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. The Trojans with the 1st and 10.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Running the red zone, it's Miller. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. And the Trojans are in the hurry-up. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Touchdown, Trojans! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. He's going to take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. Ripped off the huge chunk play all the way to the 31-yard line. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. The give is to Williams. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do it, it's the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother, Billy, played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Carr. The sweet feet buy a little time. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
So now it's 2nd and long. Handoff from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Carr above the noise. Snagged out of the air. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. We'll start this 4th quarter as they line up for the field goal try. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. The Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Gets the back moving. Back to pass, it's Carr. Takes the easy completion. Got a little grass. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Irish! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Not able to get loose on the return, but what a play to put his team in business at the 33. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the wide receiver. Finds his tight end. Knocked off his feet.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Throwing, Carr. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
They booted away on 4th down. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. He's got his man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Good timing on the quick out. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the first down.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
He lobs one high down the left side. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Wants to keep it in the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time to go to the other guy to see what he can do because this passing attack has not been great.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Backed up now here, 2nd and long. They'll run the counter. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first downs. So you have to be able to run it.
Play fake, Carr. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
The give is to Williams. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Here's Carr to throw. Going downfield for the big play. Makes a grab. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jordan. And after they get him on the ground, that's going to do it. After a hard-fought victory, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame have won the right to take home the coveted weapon of Gaelic combat, the Jewel Shillelagh. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.